Hey guys, welcome back. It is Witchy Wednesday. I am one of the hosts. I'm Carrie Blanabazia today. And this is my lovely co-host,
Anita Valentina.
fresh back from the good old Canada.
Canada, yes.
How was your trip?
It was so good, but it was so cold there. It was so cold.
Really?
Yeah, it snowed a couple of the days.
Ooh, I'm kind of
Yeah,
jelly.
dude, it was awful.
I can't
But
wait
we
for it to
still
be
had
warm again.
yeah.
Oh,
It was 60 degrees today and it was so nice out.
yeah, you sound like you're a little stuffy.
No, I lost my voice. So I pulled an all-nighter the
Doing
day
what?
before my flight because I had to be at the airport at 4 a.m. So I would have had to get up at 3 a.m. But I wasn't going to bed until like 3 a.m. anyways. So I was like, I'll just stay up all night. But it is sincerely kicking my butt. Like my voice is gone.
I can hear that. Well, welcome back. Roman Santos says it's Witchy Wednesday. Yes, it is. Thank you
Yes,
for
it
he was
is,
here 9 minutes
Roman.
early. Look at this. 9 minutes before they are face. Oh, and I guess that was an emoji. We were a couple of minutes late. I was a little late finishing Boob Tube on Exotica's channel. So make sure you check that out 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on YouTube on the Exotica channel and right here on iHeart BBW. Of course, we have Witchy Wednesday. And tonight we are talking about tattoos.
Yes.
And why are we talking about tattoos? Because I was going down a rabbit hole on TikTok because, I'm a part of Witchy Talk or whatever they call it. And there were some people talking about you have to be careful about the symbolism that you get tattooed on your body. The original poster was talking about getting like Samoan tribal tattoos and how it's disrespectful for um, people of certain races to get those tattoos. And there's like a whole like history about it. But
Yeah.
then the conversation transitioned and it went from just being like why historically it is culturally appropriate or misappropriation or however you say it to do that, but then it turned into certain tattoos that also have, and some of those tribal tattoos are a part of that, which is why it transitioned to that topic on how those tattoos have some sort of witchy meaning, and in some cases are even more than just a meaning. They have an energetic pull and spell attached to it. And one of those was the Aztec sun. Now, I don't have the whole history about that particular tattoo because I didn't wanna make this about one particular tattoo, but I did think it was very interesting to talk about it because I do have 6 tattoos, and you have some tattoos, don't you?
Yeah, I have like about 9 of them.
And we were gonna go to the tattoo show here in Baltimore, but we
Yeah.
totally did not. Even though it was right down the street from me, I still didn't go, so no excuse, but I wanted to get a tattoo, and that's kind of how I ended up on this topic in the first place, was that I was looking at what should I get? What do I want? Permanent? Do I wanna cover something up? Do I wanna start fresh? Do I like, what is it that I wanna put on my body? Because when I first started my tattoo journey many, many years ago, the things that I wanted on my body are very different. In fact, I did want the Aztec sun around my belly button. It was really popular back in the 90s. But those tattoos are not the same tattoos that I want today. And in fact, it even ties into like how I have changed the way that I shoot my content because there are tattoos on my body that I didn't realize were not really appropriate to be in my movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've got some. However, I will also say that those tattoos saved me because just a little tidbit, little story. Hey, what's up, Rock? How are you? He is watching us from Twitter,
Oh,
aka
hey, Rock.
X. I don't want to call it X.
I don't like X. They need to change it back.
Me neither. But so basically, um, there was a situation where I was being blackmailed.
Yeah.
And this blackmailer was taking content that was already out on the dark web and putting my name on it. Even though none of my tattoos were showing up on the girl. It didn't look like me, but because the angles were, like, not really, you couldn't really see her face, and, like, you couldn't really see, like, distinguishing body parts and things of that nature, like, it there was the possibility, like, they did a very good editing job where there was the lure of possibility, right? Obviously, the walls were different, there was a lot of things in this video that clearly wasn't me, but
Yeah.
for a person who doesn't really know, I could see why they might think that there was the possibility. Anyways, I digress, we get in, like, I'm looking, I didn't wanna look at it, but I had to, like, I had to see, like, did they take one of my videos and then AI generate this blackmail content or what? I look and I'm like, the girl doesn't have any of the tattoos. So I was already prepared with a defense. Like if anybody was like, that's definitely you, I was gonna be like, nah, here's XYZ LMNOP, but more importantly, there's none of my distinguishing tattoos. So, anyways, that happened. So that's where I'm glad for my tattoos, and I do have a tramp stamp. I am so ashamed to say. If you are truly a fan of mine, leave in the comments what tramp stamp I have on my back. Like, what is that symbol?
Oh, I have one too, but mine's unique.
It is?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's like a little island with a gravestone on it and a
What is
palm
the
tree.
meaning?
There's no meanings.
Why do you have an island and a gravestone?
My partner picked it out for me.
Wow. I need to
I picked
know
out one for him.
I need to know what the meaning is behind this because that is bizarre. That is bizarre. If you're watching and you have a tattoo that you regret or a tattoo that you're immensely proud of, or you just want to share something about one of your tattoos or all of your tattoos, leave it down in the comments. We love hearing about your artwork. But today's episode is Ink and Intent. Ink and Intent. Isn't that a great name? Ink and Intent.
Yeah.
The magic of permanent symbols and how they could be bringing you negative energy. It could be a spell, it could be all kinds of things, and I just I got super intrigued by this topic because it never even crossed my mind. Now, we've talked about crystals, we've talked about shadow work, we've talked about, there's all kinds of things that you may not think about, but are a little bit more obvious, but, when you're going to get a tattoo and, like, for me, I have a Chinese symbol of Year of the Rabbit, which fun fact, I am not the Year of the Rabbit. We have since ascertained that that is an incorrect tattoo. I when I got it was my first tattoo, and it was one of those situations where I went in with, like, I had all these ideas, but as soon as I got in there, I was like, "I don't know what to get." And so they're like,
Oh.
"Look in this book." And I was huge, like, at that time, like, I was mega fascinated with the Asian culture. Now I'm like, "Damn, I probably should have did a little bit more research before I did this." But anyways, I picked one out and it was the Year of the Rabbit because I thought I was the Year of the Rabbit. 20 plus years later, maybe knocking on 30. Damn, I just aged myself. I'm old. I start doing like we're talking about the Chinese New Year and then the Chinese astrology. And I'm like, yeah, 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 I got this tattoo
Yeah.
on my left ankle. That's the Year of the Rabbit. And then I go and I look it up and I'm like, wait a minute. I was born February 1st. The Chinese New Year is after February 1st. So technically I was Year of the Tiger, which is a
Tiger
way
is so
better
much
tattoo.
cooler. Yeah.
Right. I'm
Tiger
excited.
is so much cooler.
Well, I'm excited except for the tattoo because now I
Yeah.
have this meaningless tattoo. I mean, it's great for a good story.
Yeah. It's a great
In fact
story.
in fact, if you're on my YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel, I have a story time about how that's not the right tattoo. The symbolism at the moment of getting the tattoo and many years afterwards, I thought it was the right tattoo. Now I'm like, "Hmm." And actually, I was thinking about getting that one covered up and maybe getting, like, a tiger over it. And then I didn't know if I wanted, like, a realistic tiger or a cute cartoon tiger or Tony the
Oh.
Tiger. I don't know.
Yeah, something. Tony the Tiger.
Something. In true Carrie fashion, I overthink it, and I was like, "My mom draws great. She does artwork, paintings, and drawings and stuff, and she has
Yeah.
tigers," and I was like, "Ooh, send me some of your pictures. I'm gonna get it tattooed on me," and then I was like, "Never mind. This just got real complicated." Oh, yeah. If you could
Man,
get another tattoo, what would you get, Anita?
I don't know. I wanna be covered. Like, I wanna
What?
get so many. Yeah. Something a little fun fact about me, I wanna be covered in tattoos.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So let's
Yeah.
just say you were going to the tattoo show. Let's just pretend it didn't happen already. And you could get a tattoo. You had the ability and price was no object. Like you could just get whatever you want. What kind of what tattoo would you get? Where would you get it?
I really wanna get, like, one that comes, like, from, like, right in between my boobs and, like, right under him. So it goes like this.
Mhm.
I want one right there. I think that'll look so cool.
But what would it be?
Like flowers, I think.
I've seen it with rosary and I saw it with a chandelier.
Oh.
So they had it was like a chain, and then in the
Yeah.
middle right here was the chandelier. It was very interesting, very interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
what I'd
haven't, like,
get.
fully decided yet, though.
Okay. The rosary one, I like it when they have it on their wrist. Like, I thought about
Yeah.
getting the rosary on my wrist, but then I was like, that's kind of especially especially given our attempt to do our sacrilegious shoot on a Sunday in public. Okay, so I don't know if we told y'all, but we went to go do the I Heart BBW magazine shoot, right? And
Yeah.
first of all, it was cold. Let's
It
start
was
there.
very cold.
It was very cold, and we decided we wanted to do it outdoors. And not just outdoors, but in public. We go to, like, this super busy public space. Now, during the shoot, we had wanted to do some, nun stuff because we do this thing called, Sisters for the Misters,
Yes.
confessionals. So, we get there and we put on well, I was gonna put on my nun stuff, but I had red lipstick on, and when I put on my habit, the white collar was red. It was
Yeah.
well, pink, and it had lipstick all over it, so I was already irritated, and so then I was just like, "I'll just dress up in my little, pleated skirt and
Yeah.
my I Heart BBW shirt," and, I looked all cute or whatever. She has on full-blown slut nun with fishnets and everything.
Yes.
So, we start ascending to our location, and people are literally like, "What the fuck?" Because it wasn't just that it was sacrilegious, it was also on Sunday.
Oh, it was on Sunday, that's right.
So so not only were we just being like and then we're also, curvy, so people are like, "The fuck?" And it was sexy, like, her outfit's sexy, so it wasn't just like
Yeah.
if she'd have been in a full-blown nun outfit, it might have been different, maybe, probably not, it probably would have stood out even more, but the fact that she's got, like, these, like, gloves on and the skirt, like, slits up, like, her coochie's, like, a half an inch of, like, popping out and being like, "Hoo-ha." Yeah,
Yeah.
it was interesting, it was interesting. So, anyways, yeah, so when I thought about getting the rosary tattoo on my wrist, I was like, "Hmm." It doesn't really have 'cause I'm not Catholic. I don't go to
Yeah.
church. Like I don't like it to me, it's like getting a cross, you know what I mean? And I'm not
Yeah.
religious. So it's like, why would I get something that doesn't have any type of like symbolism in my daily life? So
Yeah.
so I
No, that
do
makes sense.
oh. What were some tattoos that you wanted to get when you were younger that maybe now you're like, not so much?
When I was in high school, I wanted a live, laugh, love tattoo. And I'm so glad I never got one. You remember that trend?
Yes. Yes.
That
I had to shut my
was
door.
awful.
I
Huh?
have I had to shut my door.
Oh. I was like, okay.
Oh, let me put you back up here. Yeah,
There we
he's on the phone, and I was like,
go.
hmm. It is Witchy Wednesday, bro.
Yeah.
But he's probably bored. He's waiting for me to. I was on BoobTube for an hour, and now I'm gonna be on here for another hour or so. So he's
That's all right.
bored, waiting for me to, you know, come snuggle, come snuggle juggle. So essentially, tattoos have long been more than just body art. They are symbols of
Yeah.
identity, protection, power, transformation. In many cultures, ink is sacred, serving as talisman, a spell, or a connection to the divine. On this Witchy Wednesday, which we are currently part of right now, we're going to
Yeah.
explore the magical significance of tattoos and how they can harness energy to align with your spiritual journey or bring you negativity and make you question why the fuck did I get that tattoo? Do you remember the series on TikTok where it was like, why the fuck did I get married?
Yes.
That's what we should do. We should start a series called Why the Fuck Did I Get That Tattoo? And I will talk. I'll do it and then you can duet it or whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
That'll be a great trend. Um yeah. So certain symbols have been used for centuries in spiritual and mystical practices. Here are a few commonly inked talisman and their meanings. The pentagram. It's supposed to offer protection, balance, and connection to elements. I did not know that. I'm surprised
Okay.
actually, because I
Yeah.
would have thought that it was like a symbolism of Satanism
Yeah.
or satanic worship, devil
Yeah.
worship. But that's also because I was first introduced to like my ideology of the devil and hell and Satanism in church, in a Christian church, that a Protestant Christian church that like also said that Mormons are a part of satanic worship, and like anything that wasn't a part of what they believed was considered to be devil
Bad.
worship. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in all honesty, my first impressions were very, and it was extreme. I remember watching a video in Sunday school because I was young. And I remember watching the video and it was so traumatic. The video was so like people burning and like it was just awful. And I still remember that video. In fact, when I was watching Amityville Horror, I feel like some of the things that they did in that video were like recreation from the Amityville series. But anyways, I digress. That's where I got my first, and so symbolism for me takes me back to those times when I was like everything looked like devil worship to me. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, we're learning more and it's saying that it's protection, it's balance, it's connection to the elements. So interesting. The next one is a serpent, which is very, very popular. And
Yeah.
it's supposed to stand for transformation, rebirth, and hidden knowledge. What?
Wow.
I
I
okay, I do have I have a secret obsession with Medusa, who, if
I
you
love
guys don't know, is from Clash of the Titans, and she had well, actually, she's not from Clash of the Titans. She was part of history, like mythological history or mythological folklore, and then was a part of the Clash of the Titans, which that's what the movie is basically
yeah.
about, you know. Anyways, I am a little bit obsessed with Medusa
That's
because of her
okay.
because of her serpents in her head. And I just thought snakes are weird. I don't know that I could have them like coming out of my head.
Yeah, me either. I think I would have a heart attack. I can't.
I mean, it's bad enough just one snake, but you got like 50. No, I'm
Yeah.
good.
Oh no,
Scratch that.
absolutely not.
But it's interesting to watch on Medusa. Okay, so if you guessed earlier in the episode that the tramp stamp that I have on my back is a butterfly, the next one that we're going to discuss is the butterfly. It means growth, change, and the soul's journey.
Ooh, I want a butterfly like behind my ear.
Okay.
But is that like common? I feel like.
I
I don't
wonder
know.
if the location of the tattoo changes the meaning.
That's a good.
By the way, I like your bodysuit.
Thank you. You
I
know,
love your bodysuit.
I just wandered upon it.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah. By the way, you can go to shop.iheartbbw.com. New items are being listed and we're running a sale. So go check out our stuff, buy some
Yes.
goodies. In fact, we sold an issue of the magazine the other day. So whoever purchased it in South Kakalaki, thank you so much. We appreciate your support.
Thank you.
So let's see what the next one is. Moon phases.
Oh, I want a moon phase tattoo too.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And according to this, it represents the cycles of life, feminine power, and intuition.
Okay.
I'm going to get a crystal ball. Maybe I can see the future. I wonder if that's not on here. The last one is runes and sigils. What the fuck is runes and sigils? I apologize. That was really disrespectful. Especially since it's for personal spells, manifestation, and divine guidance. So let me see. What is runes and sigils? Oh, okay.
Ooh, almost
Are you
knocked
okay
my
over
water.
there? These look
Yeah, I
like the
almost knocked my water over.
no bueno. These look like what they put up with the Blair Witch Project. So it's a bunch of different symbols. So yeah. So interesting. Personal spells, manifestation, and divine guidance.
Okay.
Now, the ritual of getting tattooed is tattooing is a ritual in itself, and it's a moment of pain and sacrifice and intention setting. So be careful who you get a tattoo with, because the person that encourages you to get the tattoo could have a negative intent behind what they're telling you to get tattooed.
Wow. That's good to think about.
I never ever thought about that. It says before getting a tattoo, consider performing a cleansing ritual such as meditation, candle magic, herbal cleansing, and being very, very cautious about who the fuck you take with you, because they might tell you to get something and it is literally. So the story that I saw on TikTok was a woman who was sharing her story about how she went and got a tattoo with her male at the time. They were just dating, that it wasn't anything serious. And she was not really sure, like there was a connection, but she wasn't really sure that she wanted to be like in a relationship with him. She was cool with it being very casual. And he kept talking about taking it to the next level. He wanted to be in a relationship and just, a monogamous relationship. And, she was very much on this, like, I'm still trying to find myself. I don't know that you're the one. I don't want to like limit my options, yada, yada, yada. Right. So somehow, some way he convinces her to go get a tattoo with him. And not only does he convince her to get a tattoo with him, he convinces her to get a particular symbol. And in the midst of her getting this tattoo, this symbol tattooed on her, he somehow, I don't know how, she said she didn't know how, but he was able, and this is obviously speculation. There's no way to prove that this is what happened, but this is what she's speculating. And somewhere in that scenario, he was able to attach a certain intent and energy to that tattoo. She said it wasn't until years later that she was able to figure out that she thinks that the changing point of their relationship was the tattoo. And the reason why she started to question it is because she went to go see she got a tarot reading, or she was talking to a priestess, or did some hoodoo, or somewhere along the line she's speaking to someone about it, and they're telling her that it has to do with her tattoo. And she couldn't figure out like why the tattoo, how does the tattoo have that type of energetic connection?
Yeah.
And she was like, so she goes on to explain that shortly after she got the tattoo, like all of a sudden she was like head over heels for this guy, and like the whole dynamic of their relationship changed. And she gets into a relationship with him, and after a couple of years, like things were okay, but they weren't like, she just like, I guess it started to wear off on her, and she just wasn't exactly like enamored with him as she once was.
Yeah.
And so while and at the time that she's talking to this priestess, or whomever she's speaking to, she's explaining to them, like she's wanting to know like why she fell out of love, or why she's no longer, because she wants to be in the relationship, so she thinks, but she's like, something's telling her that it's just not right for her. And
Yeah.
so that's why she seeks out this person, or the tarot reading, or whatever, and the person is telling her like it's attached to the tattoo. And so that's what makes her start like questioning the tattoo. So she does some research, and the tattoo itself has multiple meanings, but she reaches out to a symbolic, I forget what she calls it, but it's like a symbolic priestess who specializes in tattoos. And that is the person who explains to her that the tattoo is significant, but less significant than who she was with, and who could have potentially manifested a spell or put this type of intent on her. And she's like, I went with this guy that I'm now questioning why our situation just seems so off, even though for so long it felt so perfect. And the priestess is telling her, the tattoo specialist, or I forget what she called herself, like I would say ink master, but that's not what it was. But it was something along those lines, like,
Yeah.
high priestess or whatever. And she's saying to her, like, explaining like the meaning behind tattoos, and like how you can connect an energetic energy to it. You can, connect the spell. And that, given the information that she's providing, it seems as if this man created a spell so she would be like head over heels in love with him, or be with him, or whatever the case may be. And that the reason why she's not feeling connected the same way, she's like, she explained it like it was almost like an out of body experience. Like the body is just going along with what's going, like it almost feels that way, but like something in the back of her head is like something's off. She
Yeah.
said she explained it. It was like being alive and having a ghost. Does that make
Wow.
sense?
Yeah.
Almost like she's alive, and the body is doing all of these things because it's under the spell, but the ghost is looking in like, nah, something's wrong. This is off. That's not how you feel. And they're
Yeah.
just not able to connect. Like the ghost can't tell the body, this is, something's wrong with this. So anyway, so the lady's experience, the priestess is explaining to her that um what's happening is, she is like, you have some sort of like power, like you have witchy powers basically, and your sixth sense is telling you, is trying to communicate with your body to let you know that you're under a spell. And so, anyways, she does more research. She finds out that she's pretty certain that this is what it is. So she decides to go through this whole process of like a cleansing, and goes to the priestess to get another tattoo to cover up the tattoo. And they do an intention spell, and they do all this like shadow work and all these things. Like, it's a whole process. And she said that she instantly, when the tattoo, she said before she even got the new tattoo, and they had like done the protection spell, and they did the whole like cleansing, she already at that moment knew that she never really cared about this guy the way that she thought you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the gig is up. She
Oh
said
my
it,
God. Can you imagine?
yeah, she said it was almost, the way she described it was like, what's that movie with Tom Cruise? and Nicole Kidman with the masks. What's that shit called? Anyways, she said it was like a situation where you were looking at someone and you thought you
Yeah.
knew what their face was, and then they pulled the mask off and it was like, "Oh shit,
Oh,
that's who
wow.
you really are." She said that's how it felt in that moment. She gets the tattoo covered up. She goes back and she just realizes that she said it felt surreal, almost as if she was literally sitting on the couch watching her life happen, and now it was like she described it like her spirit re-entered into her body, and she was, I don't wanna say back to being herself, but she was more aware, and, obviously, she was like, "I don't wanna just, like, leave this guy and make a big situation," she obviously went about things and tried to be careful because when if someone's gonna go as far as to put a spell on you, she was like, "That's"
Yeah.
the priestess told her, like, "This is very dangerous," and for him to know that means he has connections or some sort of, like, yeah. She was like, "It's not likely that he just woke up one day and was like, 'Let me see if I can get her to get a tattoo.'" Like, this was obviously planned, calculated, and, an educated situation. So, the priestess was like, "Be careful." So, anyway, she did,
Yeah.
and she said, fast forward, she's now lesbian and she's real happy, but anyways.
Good for her.
Good for her. We are so happy that you were able to come out of that situation, but, I mean, it
Yeah.
just makes you really think about, like, what you're getting tattooed on your body.
Yeah. Especially if someone's trying to convince you to get something, don't do it.
I'm gonna convince you to get "I love Carrie." I want you to get my name
Are you
in your
crazy?
in between your thighs. Ew.
You know that's bad luck, right?
What?
To get your name tattooed?
To mean to get somebody else's name tattooed?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I love my partner to death,
I would never.
but I might get, like, Roman numerals for, like, a birth year, or you know what I'm saying? Like, something that could be connected to something else, but even then, I'm still like, there's still that intention attached to it,
Yeah.
so, I don't know. I do wanna get matching, like, infinity, you know what I mean? Like, I would love to get a tattoo with you where it's, like, half a heart, and then it's, like, broken in the middle, and, like, I get half and you get half, that'd be cute.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cute.
I do like that. I do like that. Um, Now, apparently, there's also aftercare for your magical ink,
Oh.
and that also, caring for your tattoo is just as important as putting the thought, research, and time into the tattoo, and it says it isn't physical, it's spiritual. You wanna anoint it with oils like lavender and frankincense for protection and
Ooh.
healing. Frankincense.
Okay.
You wanna speak affirmations over it daily to charge its energy because it too is like crystals and needs to be charged. And it lastly mentions crystals, placing crystals like amethyst or black tourmaline near it while it heals. And I don't know if I said that right, tourmaline.
Tremaluminum. I don't know.
Yeah, so you wanna anoint it with oils, speak affirmations, and place crystals like amethyst or the black stuff near it while it heals. So, interesting, 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 and final thoughts, I feel like Jerry Springer, be good to be good to each other, whatever he used to say at the end. It says, "Tattoos are spells in the skin, binding us to our past, present, and future.
Oh.
Choose with intention. They do serve as a lifelong charm. It's not a necklace or a bracelet or a crystal that you can just take on and off at convenience. It is there for life, and it's much easier to get the tattoo than it is to take it off because even when you
Mhm.
remove the tattoo, some of the symbolism, the energy, and the spells are still attached. So, with that being said, be very mindful, careful, and positively intent on the tattoos that you get on your body. It
Yes.
is sacred geometry. Okay.
Yeah.
Never heard of that. But y times x, oh, that's algebra. It says, but also remember your ink is your magic, your story, your power.
Yeah.
So now that you've heard all that, what kind of tattoo do you want?
Ooh, now I don't know.
I want a middle finger so I could be like,
Fuck y'all.
oh, like that TikTok. Middle
Yeah.
finger to my haters. Oh,
Fuck
my
you.
bad. Oh, look who's here. Jason. Jason Rushman says, what's up? Love you, ladies. It's Jason in the house. I just want to let you know,
Hey,
Jay,
Jason.
he is my best friend. Oh, that's so sweet, Jason. Platinum, do you want me to get a tattoo of boob tube on me? I do.
Oh,
I
that
will
would be epic.
listen. If you get a tattoo of boob tube, I heart BBW or anything platinum PUZZY, I will give you a lifelong membership to my website.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yes.
Forever. Do you think Ja Wood? Oh, Jay. Sometimes I read literal. Do you think Jay would get a tattoo of boob tube? Absolutely not. He won't even show up anymore. I highly doubt he's gonna get a tattoo. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't even get a permanent. I'd get a temporary one, but not a permanent one.
Yeah.
But I think that'd be really cool, Jason. That's really cool. So, what are some other tattoos you want to get? If you want to be tatted up, you got to know what you're going to put there.
Yeah. Definitely the moon phases.
Moon phases.
I
So
want
what?
them like down my back.
Oh, like Sarah J.
Who's
Sarah
Sarah?
J has those. You don't know who Sarah J is?
No.
Girl. I'll introduce you to her at Exotica. She's there.
Okay.
She's super dope. Love her. Hey Sarah, love you. Um, look her up. You'll see.
Okay.
Just put
For
Sarah
sure.
J back tattoo. Okay, so you have the island with the tombstone. What else
Yes.
do you have? That's one. You have 8 more.
I have a dream catcher on my left high thigh
Okay, that's 2.
area. Um, I have this one has a funny story. I have one on my butt that's like a little angel devil girl. And then I have this
Wait,
one,
wait, pause for a second. Did you just say you have an angel on your ass?
an angel devil girl.
What the fuck is an angel devil girl?
You know, she like looks like an angel, but she's a devil.
Oh, a self-portrait, because that's what you are. Looks like an angel, but you're a devil? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that's 3. That's 3.
Self portrait.
Dreamcatcher, Island, and Devil Girl.
I have my first dog's birthday tattooed on me,
Okay.
on my
Okay.
ribs. I have a little stay strong
Okay.
infinity symbol with a puzzle
5,
piece. I have the little Puerto Rican girl I drew that I got in Texas.
6,
Um, I have a heart with little like lines coming out of it.
7,
And then I have a 2 roses with a this too shall pass.
8.
Is that it? Maybe I only have 8.
All right. I think I have 6. I have significant names on my upper, like, shoulder blade area back. That's 1. I have my tramp stamp, which is a butterfly. That's
Ooh.
2. I have the embarrassing to admit, but it's still there, Year of the Rabbit on my left ankle. I have on my right foot, I have like a skull with a bow. On my right ankle, I have Raja, Raja, because it's supposed to be Raja princess. Raja is prince in Indian.
Uh-huh.
Um, and it's also, anyways, Rani is princess. So really it was like prince and princess. Raja would be Prince in Indian, and then princess would let you know that, princess. But anyways, so yeah, Raja is there. And then on my another embarrassing tattoo. Anyways, I'm not gonna tell you what that last tattoo is. If you know, let me know. Let us know in the comments.
You
I'm
have to.
actually going to share the story time on my OF
Oh.
because it's another funny one. And it has a funny story along with it because where I got it, who did the tattoo and where it was done was a complete unconventional, conventional. Yeah, it's a story. So make sure you go subscribe. Roman says she doesn't know. Doesn't know what? She
Who
knows.
doesn't know?
But I need help coming up with an idea for another tattoo. I know I need to cover some up. In fact, I don't know if I need new tattoos. Maybe I just need to get the ones that I have on there taken off. Which I heard is super, super, super painful because they burn
Yeah,
it
I heard
off.
that's awful.
Yeah, it's just better to get another tattoo, a cover up. So if you have any ideas and suggestions, let us know in the comments.
In the comments.
Have you ever had a tarot reading?
No.
What? How are you a part of Witchy Wednesdays and you've never had a tarot reading?
Actually, yes. I did an online one. A psychic emailed me my reading.
Stop it. That's a scam. They send that shit to me all the time.
No. My friend
TikTok.
my friend from Canada set it up. It was like the real deal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say you got girl. They hit me up all the time and they're like, I'm getting a message from your spirit team about something really important that they're trying to tell you.
Oh yeah, no.
And they want to do a reading and they're like, you can get the first one. It's like $40 for like 15 minutes or some shit. And I'm like, I'm good.
No, thank you.
I'm good.
If you gotta come after me to do it, it means you're not doing it good.
Well, it means that there's a 99.9% chance that nobody is reaching out to you. Okay.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're spamming me means you're probably spamming everybody. And you're just trying to see who's going to bite and pay you $40. Like, nah, I'm good. Now, I've had several readings. In fact, I even did a past life reading once before, and I kind of want to do it again because I'm ultra curious to see if like another person has anything that ties to what was said before. I mean, your past lives shouldn't change, right? So I
Yeah.
would assume that maybe I just need to keep getting them done and see like, 4 out of 5 for accuracy purposes.
Yeah.
But we are super happy that you guys are here. Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Roman. Thanks, Rock. Thanks for everyone on Twitter.
Yes.
What should
Thank
we
you
talk
for
about
being
next
here.
week, Anita?
Ooh, can we do our birth charts next week?
Oh, that's right. We were supposed to do that today. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. We'll do
I
that
wanted
next
to
week.
talk about the tattoos. I was so like intrigued, especially
Yeah.
since it was right around the time that we were going to go to the tattoo show.
Yeah, no. It was like a sign. We had to do it.
Yeah, we had to talk about tattoos, but we're going to talk about birth charts next
Yes.
week. So make sure you tune in. We talked about birth charts a couple years ago, and there were different people on the show then. So some new birth charts will be entering into the Witchy
Yes.
Wednesday spectrum. If you have a birth chart that you'd like us to research and want us to talk about it on next week's show, shoot us an email at iheartbbwcom@gmail.com. Also, newsflash, and I meant to do a little tick thing so that it would go across the bottom. We are hoping to get issue number 4 of iHeart BBW magazine ready for release next month. Now there's only a few more days left. So if you're a model, an advertiser, a company, or someone who wants to be featured in the iHeart BBW magazine and interested in getting some of our ad rates or making it happen, make sure you email us as well at iheartbbwcom@gmail.com. And last but not least, we will be at Exotica Chicago, April the 11th to the
Yay.
13th. We are hosting the official Curvy BBW fashion show on Saturday, the 12th, 5:45 on the main stage. So if you're in the Chicago area and you're going to be at the show, make sure you come and check us out on Saturday. Nita and I will be floating around the floor as well as at my booth, which is I'll announce it later. I'm not prepared to announce it just yet, but you can always come see us. We'll have iHeart BBW merch and magazines on hand. Although the booth won't be what you've seen in the past. It's not going to be a bunch of models. It's not going to be a whole big setup. It's just going to be real basic. So, warning. But it's going to be a blast. I can tell you that
Yes.
much.
We're gonna have
It's gonna
tons
be
of
a
fun.
blast. We are going to have tons of fun. I'm going to bring the little game where you put the water in it and you have to like whoever does it
Yeah.
the fastest, it squirts out. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I have that game.
You do? So do I.
Yeah, it's shaped like a thing, right?
Penis is the proper
Yes.
terminology. Penis.
Okay.
It's called a cum blaster.
A cum
Oh, we
blast.
should have that at our confessional. Oh,
I have to find it though. I have to find it.
I brought mine. I'll bring mine.
Okay, because I have
It's
no
got two
idea where
penises
mine
on it. So you know what I'm saying? We should do confessionals on Sunday.
Yes.
So I need to get yes. Okay. Now I know what I need to order on Amazon. Wait a minute. Speaking of Amazon, you can go to shop.queenofbbw.com and search my Amazon storefront. I went to order a new nun costume and it was $60 when I put it in my cart. I go to get my credit card information because one of my cards expired and the one that I want to use has a new card number. So I go to get the card. By the time I came back, literally 10 minutes later, it had jumped to 83 fucking dollars. And it is the one that I want. I am pissed.
I'm so mad for you.
So,
how dare it?
Well, here's how you guys can help. You can send me an Amazon gift card. Whether it's $5, $10, you want to send me the whole 83, whatever the case may be, you will get some goodies in return. Your generosity would be very much appreciated. And I can't wait to be at Sinful Sunday. And we can stream on Sin Party.
Yay.
Yes. Oh my gosh. How exciting. I'm so excited. It's less than a month away. And I'm just like, ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so pumped.
You sound pumped. I'm gonna need to see more energy than that. Oh, I should bring the bubble machine.
I have a bubble machine too.
Oh, you can bring it because you're driving.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't. I can only bring so much. The penis thing is very small. I can just throw that in a bag. Like it's not a big deal. But the bubble machine is a little heavy and it's a little big. So yeah. Bubble machine.
Well, I have a bubble gun, not a bubble machine.
Oh yeah, bring the bubble gun.
Okay.
Because we can do it on stage.
Yeah.
Oh, exciting.
Oh, I have a fog machine. Can we use a fog machine?
No, we don't need all that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I have one too, but we don't need all that. Oh, that's not what I was thinking it was going to do. But anyways, well, we want to say thank you so much for watching tonight's Witchy Wednesday episode about tattoos, magical ink,
thank you for
and their
tuning in.
intent. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for subscribing because that's what you're going to do, right? You're going to subscribe and you're going to hit that bell so you can get notified when we go live, which is every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, except the last couple weeks because we've been sick and traveling.
Yes.
But ultimately, we are attempting to go live every week. And eventually, we would love to go live every day. If you are a plus size, curvy, or any model, we don't care. We are all about size positivity. So whatever body size you are, like that's not gonna, you want to be a part of our community, let us know. Hit us up on social media, leave it down in the comments, email us, however you want. Smoke signals, send us a telegram, whatever. We would love to have you a part of our team, a part of our community. If you want to come on lives with us, You do get the opportunity to promote yourself. You get an opportunity to be some part of something positive. We would love to have you. So, without further ado, you know what time it is, Anita. Tell them who you are and how to find you.
I'm Anita Valentina. You can find me at Anita X Valentina everywhere on social media. Everywhere.
Everywhere. Oh, and show them your cute bodysuit.
Oh yeah, and I have this really, really cute bodysuit.
Oh yeah. Did you try your shorts on?
Yes.
Do they fit?
They're a little big in some places, but yeah, they fit.
Oh, okay. That just means there's room to play.
Yeah.
I am Carrie Platinum Pizzy Anthony, the CEO of iHeartBBW.com and also the queen of BBW, also.com. I have a new Instagram, by the way. It is the Queen of BBW. I decided to go ahead and change my name for a multitude of reasons, and I'm glad that I did because my numbers are like going up because people actually know who I am now.
Oh,
Before the
good.
other name was sort of confusing. So you can find me on social media. Go to queenofbbw.com. That's where all my links are located. And you can always find me on iHeartBBW.com because we is moving forward, going strong and ready to
Yeah.
take over Chicago. So hearts in the air and wave them like you just
Yay.
don't care. Woo. See you guys next week. Same time, same bat channel.
We'll be here.
Bye.
Bye.